Hello guys and welcome to a new episode of the What You Want channel. Today I'm going to review my latest acquisition of a Chinese watch, the Corgeut. I hope I pronounce it correctly. Yeah, I would call it Tudor Black Bay Hommage or even design copy. I mean, I don't want to start the discussion whether these watches are worth actually presenting on YouTube. Anyhow, I just want to give you an impression and a review what I think of these, of actually the build quality and the overall quality of this watch. So first of all, the price point. This watch comes for around $100. I paid 98 euros for it. I bought it on eBay from a Chinese seller. I bought there also like the Parnis GMT, so hadn't any problems at all. You can have it with the blue bezel, a black bezel, and this red bezel. And yeah, when I actually opened the package, the initial impression, that was just like almost, I can say, overwhelmed by the quality. I mean, it has a nice weight to it. The bracelet has a nice shimmer to it. It looks like a quality bracelet. Yeah, the overall finish is nice. The only thing that distracted me was this very shiny bezel inlay, but I'll come to it later. So what is to say about let's get to the inner parts of the watch. The movement, you can choose between some kind of like seagull Chinese movement or a Miyota movement. At least is what they say on the website. I decided to go for the Miyota 8215 movement. The accuracy is okay. I mean, you're not going to expect like Grand Seiko accuracy here, of course, but you get at least what I measured was over a week. This one went like 10 to 15 seconds fast, which is actually pretty good. And this is what I like. I like my watches to be a little bit ahead of time instead of being too slow. Yeah, it's a real, let's say, it's a real, actually trustworthy movement, quite reliable, I think, the Miyota. And yeah, if you look at the seconds hand, the sweep isn't as smooth as you can see it on other Swiss-made watches, for example, but still nice. So when we come to the dial is actually finished pretty nicely. I don't see a big like discrepancy or like let's say not any problems with the indices. Actually, they are pretty spot on. I mean, if you look closely to it, you can see probably the 6 o'clock marker is a little bit off to the left, but I mean, I won't discuss this here because today I'm wearing the Seiko SKX007. You know what's going on here with like misalignment. So the alignment is good. Unlike the like Tudor Black Bay, this has a date window. Tudor only has date windows on their silver or steel bezel inlay watch or Black Bay version, and the other versions like the red bezel one or the blue bezel one, the black one, doesn't have a date window, which is actually a quite nice feature, I think. It has these like gold or gilt hands and minute markers on the dial. Actually, it's pretty nice, and it also features this smiley logo, and yeah, it claims to be 200 meters water resistant. With I don't want to try this out, be sure of that, but as far as what I read on the internet, you can go swimming with it. So I think like 50 to 100 meters, it should be safe, but I haven't tested it. I mean, you always have to be careful, especially if you're like laying in the sun and going to cold water. There's like a pressure difference that can actually make the watch burst, and so be careful, but at least for hand washing or maybe showering, I don't see any problems. So I also showered with this watch and it's still working. So this is my experience. And the action of the bezel, also quite nice, I must say. I mean, compared to like, for example, the Seiko is way more difficult to operate, and this is more more precise. It has a nice click to it. It has, I counted 90 clicks. I don't see how this probably saves any money for Corgeut or for the producer behind Corgeut, but it's a little bit odd, but I think it's just okay. I mean, you can time your, like, if you cook eggs or whatever, and of course it's meant to be time your diving times, but if not all of us are divers, you can time, I mean, any kind of event. Also, I mean, I wish maybe they went for like 100 meters, which is probably more close to reality here. What else to say? The bracelet is actually quite nice. It's like, it resembles the Tudor Black Bay bracelet. It tapers from 22 millimeters down. And yeah, the clasp also pretty nice and close to the original. I don't know whether this is ceramic or not, these little knobs here, but it almost looks like it, the one of the Tudor. There's no engraving here, unlike the Tudor has. Yeah, maybe I put it on. So there you go. The diameter of the watch is 41 millimeters, and the thickness is 13 millimeters. It has nice brushing and polished elements like the Black Bay original, and it looks just great on the wrist, and it's very comfortable. I mean, I have a very like tight cuff today, but if it would be more regular, it would slip on the cuff. And just to have a size comparison, this one is 41 millimeters. This is 42. Of course, it wears smaller. You all know the SK007. Just in comparison, there you go. This actually looks bigger. And to put like a 43 millimeter against it, here the Fortis Marine Master. Yeah, you can see it's just like, oh, I would say like the perfect size. I mean, if you have to think about the thickness, it's not the slimmest watch, but also the SKX has 13 millimeters, so this is just okay. The clasp, just to mention it, could be a little bit more secure. I mean, you won't lose the watch, but it's easy to open. Just like if I go here, it clicks open. You can just pull here and it will open. So this is something I'm a little bit scared about. You can wear this, of course, great on other straps. You can wear leather straps, and it has two positions for the spring bars. One that is used right now for the steel bracelet, but if you put, for example, a leather bracelet, you can use another position which is a little bit more up in order to cover the side of the watch, so it looks a little bit more like coherent or more like one piece. Overall, I must say I was really impressed by this watch. The only little details I would change, as I said, is maybe put 120 clicks bezel on it, maybe to go only for 100 meters water resistant, which is probably closer to reality. It also claims to have a sapphire crystal. Haven't tested it, but I mean, I read some articles on the internet, so they tested it to be sapphire. The crown action, also good, has also this red accent, and winding it, very nice, very smooth. It has a screw down crown. Yeah, that looks actually also pretty good. And yeah, maybe the red on the bezel could be a little bit more like more a matte finish. This is really shiny, reminds me a lot of Christmas, so this is probably the perfect Christmas watch also. But overall, a great watch, and I'm happy to have bought this one. And I think this time, I know I'm a flipper, this is going to be a keeper. So if you liked this video, leave some comments below. I mean, I really appreciate your support. Over 600 subscribers right now, which was really impressive. I never thought this could be possible. This is only you that made this possible, and I want to thank you all for supporting my channel, keeping up the discussions, and being always polite while discussing with us. I mean, nobody is perfect, but keeping some kind of like net etiquette is very nice. So hope you liked this video and don't forget to subscribe. See you next time.